we all have the same amount of hours in our day. No one has more time in their day than you do. I say just go ahead and write down the things that scare you. Where do you really want to be? And once you start breaking it down, you'll see that it really is attainable. All you have to do is just work at it. Hey there, I'm Jessica from the Jess Tales, and I am so happy that you're here. I upload at least 2 times a month, and my goal is to help you become your most positive and productive self while also looking really cute on a budget and saving your money. I balance my blog and my Instagram and my YouTube with a full-time job in corporate America. I actually work in finance, and every time that you subscribe, comment, and like, you are helping me support my dream. So thank you so much for supporting me, and go ahead and click that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, as well as more fashion hauls. You can check out what I've done already, but I have big goals for 2021, and I'm so excited to share those with you. So today's video is going to be all about how you can make your goals for 2021. I know that New Year's resolutions get a really bad rap, and I've been that person before. I've said the same thing, and I've made so many resolutions that I have not kept. So I'm giving you 4 tips today to help make your resolutions come true, to where you can actually tick those off your resolution list or your goal list this time in 2021. So I'm super excited. The first goal is about getting into the correct mindset to make your goals, really focusing and honing in on what you want your goals to be and why. The second thing I'm going to talk about is how to incorporate some law of attraction and actually script your dream life to help you realize what goals really matter and which ones you're going to focus on realistically for the next year. The third thing is going to be all about how to write your goals so that you can actually achieve them and revisit them and meet them. And the fourth thing I'm going to talk about is how to write them out in your planner, when to revisit them, and how to make sure that you are on track through 2021. Let's go ahead and get started. So the very first step to creating your goals and your resolutions for 2021 is to get in that mindset. This is where I like to think that law of attraction comes in. I don't follow law of attraction as far as by the book, but I really do believe in sitting down. It's almost like a meditation. So you have to close your eyes and sit there and really think about, this is my dream life. Like, for example, for me, I don't want to be in corporate America in my dream life. I want to be working for myself. I want to be able to make videos like this all day and have a community of people and friends to motivate and be productive with. And so when I sit down, I have to close my eyes and just focus. So I like to actually go through my entire routine. So that's what I want you to do. Wherever you see yourself in your dream life, I want you to close your eyes and picture the whole day. So when your alarm goes off in the morning, what time is it going off? What are you doing? How are you feeling? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Who's around you? What are you doing on a daily basis? How do you feel doing that? I really want you to feel it. Just sit there and think about it, and take as long as you need. And it's okay to not know, but at least envision where you want to be this day in the end of December in 2021. That'll help you really feel how good it would feel to have met all of these goals that you're about to set. The reason for this is it's going to get you in the mindset to really think about what your goals are. Are you wanting to eat healthier? Maybe you're feeling like in December you no longer have sweet cravings. You don't crave or need sugar. Maybe you're like me and you want to be in a place where you may have the option to leave the corporate world, and you may be able to be doing something else full time. Maybe you want to be a real estate agent. Maybe you want to, whatever you want to do, just think about what your day is. And what that's going to do is that's going to really show you what goals you have to have in order to be that person that you're envisioning. So after you have really sat down and somewhat meditated on what you want to be, now you're going to script. So this is another part of law of attraction, but it's changed my life all year. So for example, my New Year's resolution for 2020 was to not care what people thought about me. And it took a lot, months, to start this YouTube channel, be okay with being on Instagram stories, posting things that may be humiliating, being on stories with no makeup on. There's little things, because I've always cared about what people think, and so it was really hard for me to get to that mindset. But what I did is every single day I would write out these affirmations, like scripting. I would say things that uplifted me, and I would say things to kind of put myself in that mindset of it doesn't matter what anybody thinks because I can do this and I will do this. So that's kind of like what scripting is. You have to pretend like you are, I wouldn't even want to say pretend, you have to be the person that you want to be this time in 2021 or in 5 years. Be that person and then write down what you're grateful for because you met those goals. Write down how good you are at the job or how knowledgeable you are about something or how much money you're making. Just write it all down and really bring it to life, and then envision yourself writing that down as if you were meeting all those goals. What this is going to do is this is going to shift your mindset every single day. We're doing this so that we can get you in the mindset so that you can really discover how powerful your goals are and motivate you to meet your goals. And so if you're going to set these goals and these resolutions for next year, you really need to understand the why behind your goals. This is why you're going to go through all of these, like scripting, and why you went and meditated on your dream life is because you have to keep the why and the reason why you want these goals at the top of your mind, because that's the only way that you're going to actually stick to your goals. It's much more than just motivation. It is way more than just discipline. It literally comes from the heart and it comes from the soul, and you have to put yourself in that mindset before you even start thinking about your goals. But now that we're in that mindset, we're gonna go ahead and actually make the goals. Told you this was a process, but this is how, it's the only way that I've ever been able to make goals that I actually stick to. The goals that I have met, like starting a YouTube channel, finding my why behind my blog and my YouTube. Those were all goals I had, not caring what people think. It took me all of these practices to really bring that into fruition, and now I can say in December of 2020, I met my goals that I had from January 2020. So the third step of this process is where we're actually going to write down your goals. So there's a certain way that goals should be written down. I don't want to say they're like the SMART goals, because I learned about that in work and all through college, and that was really annoying. But they have a lot of good points. So my most important tip is they have to be attainable. You do have to reach for the stars and really set your goals high if you want to meet them, but they do have to be attainable. You really need to sit down and think, okay, I wouldn't say that I would want to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube my first year of YouTubing. That is a really good goal, and I don't want to discourage anybody from that goal, but I know that for me, while juggling a full-time job that keeps me extremely busy, and we just bought a house and we got married last year, I knew that last year that was not going to work because I really just needed to focus on getting my routine down. Does that make sense? I love this quote so much. We tend to overestimate 1 year, but underestimate 5 years. We're so caught up in thinking about the next year that we don't really think about how far we could go the year after that first year and the year after the first 2 years, so that in 5 years you could be way past your dream life, whatever you imagined in step 1 of this process. On that note, just be realistic. Obviously dream a little, set your goals pretty high, but be realistic about what you can do. If you're saying I want to work out 5 days a week, okay, well that is Monday through Friday if you take the weekends off. If you work out on the weekends, that means you really have to get up early on the weekends, or you really have to fit it into your weekend schedule and only have 2 days off in the week. Is that something you can do? Can you wake up that early every single morning? Meaning, can you go to bed earlier every single night during the week to meet that goal? These are the things that you have to think about. Just be realistic in what you want to do. Know what your schedule is going to be like every single week. You're going to be setting goals, but you're going to have the same schedule in January that you did for the past year, most likely. If you do anything crazy like quit your job, then that's different. You can probably be unrealistic, but even then, really hone in on what you're capable of doing. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna start with 5 goals. So I want you to get a notebook or your phone. You probably have that handy, I don't know. Just get something to write down, and I want you to actually go through this process. You can pause the video and do it, but do the whole imagining yourself in that dream state, and then script it out, write about how grateful you are to be there, how good it feels. And now I want you to come up with 5 goals, 5 very broad goals. I want to be 150 pounds. I want to not have a sweet tooth. I want to have learned a new instrument. I want to be able to do 10 pull-ups in a row. I mean, any kind of goal that you can think of, go ahead and write those down. And then after you have those 5 goals, you're going to brainstorm smaller goals to meet that goal. This is where we come into step number 4, which is the final step and the most exciting step. This is where you're going to actually record these goals in your planner. Okay, I had to go get my planner from downstairs. So this is the planner that I have for 2021. It was $18 on Amazon. I have tried every expensive planner under the moon, I need something very specific. I just ran up and down the stairs. Let me catch my breath. So I needed something very simple. I just wanted a monthly view and a weekly view with the days just empty. So this is called a Bloom planner, and in this planner I love it because you can actually talk about all of your goals in the first few pages. So I've already filled all of this out, and you write down like your ideal week, what is your plan in 2021. There's a space for you to write down your top 5 goals of the year, things to look forward to, things to try, books you'd like to read, places to visit, things to improve on. This is huge. They even have a little place for you to put a vision board, which I'm still working on. So anyways, this is the planner that I got. I love it. It's just a very simple design on the inside. It's all I need, and it's something that I'm going to be able to use every single day. Do not get a planner that is way too heavy that you won't actually use, because that defeats the purpose of doing all of this. I also included a little notebook in the back because I have to plan my videos and my content, and I wanted to be able to do that every day. So I just got a little top flip notebook from Amazon too, and I just stuck it over the back corner or the back cover. So what you did in step 3 is create 5 big goals, or more or less, whatever you want to focus on. For each goal, you have to really brainstorm how you're going to meet that goal. If you said, I want doing 10 pull-ups in December to be super easy, what are you going to do leading up to that? Okay, well, I need to work on upper body strength in the gym. Okay, tangible plan is 2 out of 3 of those gym visits, I am going to practice my pull-ups. I want to be able to do 4 pull-ups in a row by June. Okay, so there you go. That means you can break that up further. If you can do 3 pull-ups in a row by March, that gives you 3 months to work on your strength and hopefully be able to do 3. They can be assisted or non-assisted. Write these things down. Like, these are all the details you have to get into, really get into the nitty-gritty of how you're going to meet that goal. So what you're gonna do is, for every single goal, you're gonna do that step, and you're gonna just keep breaking it down further and further and further into something measurable. And then you're going to write them down in your planner quarterly. So this helps me so much. You lose track of what your goals are so easily in February. It only takes a month. If you don't build a habit then, it's not gonna happen in December. I hate to break it to you. So in your planner, you're gonna have all your goals written down. You're gonna have down your quarterly goals, and that way, every single day when you look at your planner, I want you to write down an affirmation. Tell yourself that you can do this, that you are awesome at this, that you can easily do 10 pull-ups in a day. You can easily play the piano. You can look at a songbook and just play anything on the guitar. You have 20,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, it could be anything, but you have to break it down quarterly so that you stay on track through the year. Just make sure to revisit your goals in your planner every single day and every single week and every single month. Reevaluate if you need to make some tweaks. That is good. It is better to make tweaks than to not stick with them or to completely fall off the wagon. So I hope that made sense. Those are my biggest tips for creating goals. I think the main thing is just to remember that you can do these, and it's very scary. It's scary for me to sit down, look at a sheet of paper and start writing down goals because I'm scared to fail. But if you don't even write down the goals, you're never gonna meet them, so you're gonna fail anyway. So I say just go ahead and write down the things that scare you. Where do you really wanna be? And once you start breaking it down and putting those into quarterly goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, you'll see that it really is attainable. All you have to do is just work at it, and you have a chance every single day. We all have the same amount of hours in our day. No one has more time in their day than you do. It's just, how are you spending that time? Are you getting out of bed earlier? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating healthy? Are you keeping your mental health in check by staying active and getting those endorphins going? If you're not, make that change. It just takes dedication and discipline. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Once again, please subscribe. It really helps me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your goals are this year. I want to hear from you. And if you want more information on what my goals are, click the link in the description box below. That is going to have a link to my blog post where I go into depth about what some of my goals are and why. Bye. I'll see you in the next video.